Welcome to the Burning of the Midnight Amp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, and track by track. And then we have arrived at the last song on yet another Sparks album. The album is called Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violins, released in 1994, and the track is called Senseless Violins. So it's the second part of the title, so to speak. The first half of the title was the opening track, obviously. So this is a tiny closing coda, final punchline, so to speak. So should we just go into it?
Go into it.
He came home, and instead of hearing the usual drums and bass, he heard
violins, 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 senseless violins, senseless violins, senseless violins, senseless violins, senseless violins, senseless violins.
he heard he heard
Violins, violins, senseless violins.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time I heard this, and it was exactly as I expected. a little something. Could you call it a song?
Yeah, it's a coda.
Some song lyrics or something?
It feels like a poem with music.
Poem with music, yeah. Yeah, I was expecting something in the same vein as the opening track, and it was. It was not very senseless, but it was nice to hear both of them, because this sounded like a duet. Sounded like Ron.
It was.
and with Russell singing. The first single, When Do I Get to Sing My Way, had all these remixes that were playing off the Psycho.
And not that one. That was National Crime Awareness Week.
That it was, yes.
Yeah.
National Crime Awareness Week. And it would have fitted because here you have it's not the exact Psycho.
It's almost like a nephew, not too far distant.
There's some some relation with common DNA here with the Psycho soundtrack.
Psycho violence.
Yeah.
And it kind of plays into almost like a horror story here as well, although a very odd one. You know, he came home and instead of hearing the usual drums and bass, he heard violence. And it's funny because, you know, who comes home and hears drums and bass normally?
Yeah, and you know, the title Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violins is, of course, a play of Gratuitous Sex and Senseless Violence. And that's why, in combination with the soundtrack, the Psycho or the scary soundtrack, we think this is a horror story. But if you just read the lyrics without thinking about the pun and without thinking about the soundtrack, it could be quite beautiful. He came home, and instead of hearing the usual drums and bass, he heard violence.
Could have been the romantic violence.
Could have been a very different song with a different soundtrack.
Kind of tracks back also to When I Kiss You, I hear Charlie Parker playing.
Yes.
Because it's not normal to hear Charlie Parker playing when you kiss someone.
No. And when I come home, I hear Senseless Violence. And Spotify, of course, misinterprets the whole gag. And
it's there in the title, and still they have managed to, every time it says violins, they have written violence.
Yes.
It's not Sparks. I mean, they pulled this from some webpage, I know, but
Yes, should not have been a single. Wasn't a single. Good choice.
Would have been fun to have a single for 40 seconds long, yeah. It would.
no, but it is a fun concept, and the way it mirrors the opening track and the way they kind of have split the title tracks, so to speak, in two. I can't think of anyone else who's done that. Yeah, but maybe there are.
Splitting in, yeah. There probably will be someone who's done that.
Yeah, I have.
Most likely it is. But I think the first song didn't really fit as something on its own. But this feels like something on its own.
Yeah, it's also the first, like as an opener, it's fine, but it doesn't really flow into when do I get to sing in my way. So, but I still think it's fun. I like that they did this.
Yeah.
It's very Sparks.
It's very Sparks, and it's very different. I mean, both the first track and this last track, very different from the rest of the album as well. And maybe the interesting part of this, instead of hearing the usual drums and bass, you heard violins. And in many ways, that points towards Little Beethoven.
Oh, it certainly does.
In 2002, so it's not if you count plagiarism, it's 3 albums down the line. But there they do that. They do, instead of hearing the usual drums and bass, we actually hear violins.
Yeah.
So they did remove, not on all tracks. It's not complete concept for the whole album, but it's definitely dominated by tracks that is lacking drums and bass and are more orchestral in a sense. So it may be an early indication of the direction they would head in a couple of albums down the line.
Never thought about it before, but that, and of course they couldn't have known either, I would assume.
I don't think they were sitting here and thinking, okay, this is a concept we're going to run with. But because I think also the next album is, actually the plagiarism album is helping with that.
So this is a sort of like a post-credit scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film that points to little 30-second joke that points the way to the next story.
It does.
In a way it does.
Balls that we will soon discuss will kind of be a bit in both worlds, but it brings on more of the definitely more of the rock sound into the band again.
Yeah, well, it's also very electronic.
Yeah, that it is. But it's harder.
It's more like here they are compared with the Rarities, and we talked about Hathaway and those type.
Yeah,
there are actually tracks on Balls that are compared with Prodigy, for example. So heading more in that direction, the more hard electronic, before they completely turn around on the next album. Interesting enough, they even recorded almost a full album, or could have even been a full album, as a run-up to Balls. It was going to be the next album, yet another electronic album. And they figured out, no, we're repeating ourselves. So they just scrapped the whole thing. We're rethinking everything they did and how to approach music, and created Little Beethoven instead. Which is very different.
Very different. Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting journey on the next few albums, I think, as well. But this album as a whole, then Chris, I mean, there's been many highlights here.
Many highlights, most highlights. Can you pull the track list?
Yeah.
So when do I get to sing my way, and When I Kiss Your Hair, Charlie Parker Playing is, of course, standout singles. I know the more quieter tracks, Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil, and Frankly Scarlet, I Don't Give a Damn was very, very nice. And I like the Ghost of Liberace that we heard today as well. And Chewhawk.
Chewhawk,
That's growing on me. And this little thing, Senseless Violins, was fun as well.
Yeah, it's almost like the opening track and the last track maybe doesn't count
No.
in the bigger context of the album. But all in all, I would say, I mean, if obviously this was a CD release, it was also released on vinyl, as we discussed. But if you had cut it in half like you would on a vinyl, it's a much better A side than the B side, I think.
Yeah, that it is. Although I cannot say where they would cut it, where they do after
No, I
the
think
sixth
actually
track.
the actual vinyl version started with Now That I Own the BBC.
Ah, okay. Yeah, then definitely.
So then you have all those tracks there that there are probably not a single song out of those from track number 7 to track 11 that I would have said was better than track 2 to 6.
No.
If I were to rate them, I think I would have put all of those in front of all of those on the last part.
Yeah, it would be the same with me. If I were to pick 3, it would be basically the same as Chris. When Do I Get to Sing My Way? Frankly Scarlet, I Don't Give a Damn, and Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil.
I would have taken the 3 first. I mean, not Gratuitous Sax, but When I Get to Sing My Way, When I Kiss You, and Charlie Parker Playing, which I absolutely love, and Frankly Scarlet. Hear No Evil right behind that, because Frankly Scarlet and that one is very... well, they're not similar, but they're very much in the same style.
Same type of style, but a style which I really...
Yeah, I absolutely love that style. 90s, trip-hop-ish. Yeah, love it.
Solid album. That can be said.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, but I would assume this would go on my top 10. Sparks list. Yes.
Yeah, I think definitely, and I think that is the case for many Sparks fans as well. Top 5 even maybe for some I see. It is a very solid album, and also a turning point in their career. So a very important album, right? This is when I was doing research for plagiarism, which we will not listen to or not do the same concept track by track as we do here, because we've heard all the songs before. We will listen to the album, but not spend 10, 11 weeks on doing it track by track on YouTube. But when I did research for that, it is mentioned there how surprising it was that they got the success in Europe and in Germany. And in a way, yeah, when you see how the career went in the late 80s, it is a surprise maybe. But when you hear the music, it's not a surprise at all. You can easily imagine how this would go straight at home in a place like Germany. But yeah, it is a surprise in the sense that no one saw this album coming in a way.
Yeah. No, it's more a surprise to me that, as we talked about when we listened to the previous album, Interior Design, that it didn't reach further than what it did. And has felt like this underwhelming type of album until you start listening to it.
Yeah, exactly. This is more immediate. It's more obvious hits. I mean, When Do I Get to Sing My Way, I think is one of the Sparks standards, I think we can say. Definitely a top 10 track, I think, for many people as well. Definitely a pick for a best of album, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a brilliant single.
And also a live favorite.
Yeah. And when you get to, for example, Balls, which, since it's also electronic, it was released in 2000, but it kind of have that 90s feel to it. It is to some degree compared to this. But that album kind of misses those peak songs that this album has.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, there are some.
I'm not saying
great songs there as well.
I'm not saying there aren't great songs, But here you have, this album is filled with great songs, but many albums have great songs, but sometimes you have these extra elevated songs that just...
Yeah, if we talk about the peak of My Way, then no, definitely not. No.
You don't have a My Way on Balls, and possibly many other albums as well. But that's another thing. Yeah. So, But all in all, this is even though it does the chart kind of does drop a little bit quality wise as it moves along, but still a very solid album.
Very much. Yeah. The B side of this album is, even though we talked about bit, but there's so strong songs in the beginning of the album.
And it's a little bit unfair to compare it.
It almost is, but still there's not a song on this album that I would skip. So I like it as a concept.
Yeah, same here. And also National Crime Awareness Week, which kind of started that whole journey in the 90s, is also, for me, a solid track. Wouldn't have been unwelcome on this album either. Maybe slightly different, but I mean, so you can say about many songs, True Heart, there's no other songs that sounds like that, or Goes to Liberace, and so on. You could always argue that there could have been a place for that song also on this album. And of course, there is a ton of material around this period that was released on the expanded edition. The expanded edition has 42 tracks. So that means it's 31 additional tracks.
Is it B-sides or demos or?
Yeah, it's a mix of everything. You could say when the CD version came out, the first CD had the album. CD2 had mostly mixes and B-sides. So several of the mixes of the singles are here, and the other B-sides as well that weren't mixes. And I'm talking about the live version of Beat the Clock. She's an Anchorman, which is maybe a proper B-side. It's a separately recorded song that wasn't on the album that ended up as a B-side, and we should probably have a listen to it.
To that one, yeah.
Yeah. Which was a B-side on the single of National, Now That I Own the BBC. The third single.
Investigators were here all night.
Crime time. Crime slime. There's you, she's an icon. Drive by. No cry. No douche.
And if you think the weather is going to improve, think again. Think again.
Something to believe in when you're feeling down. Even when the world is turning upside down. Tell me, tell me, tell me I can be your man. She's an Anchorman.
Investigators were here all night and into the morning.
Crime time, crime time. She's an Anchorman. Drive by, no cry. She's an Anchorman. Crime time, crime time. She's an Anchorman.
Investigators were here all night and into the morning.
Drive by, no cry. She's an Anchorman. Crime time, crime time. No shoes, she's an Anchorman. Drive by, no cry. No blues, she's an Anchorman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clearly an Anchorman. That's an interesting B-side. Different, very different from the album. I got Blur
Yes.
associations.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking Gorillaz would have could have done this track.
I'm kind of in the same ballpark. The chorus to me is Suede.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
It's really Suede.
especially the way he sings. She's an Anchorman.
Yes.
Yeah, when he
that
has the
was,
falsetto in there.
That's the Brett Anderson.
Yeah, it's really funny. But the verses are like George Harrison. So it's like it's a very
Yes.
curious mix.
Yes.
Uh,
But there was something about the production that reminded me of sort of late 90s Blur from the 13 album or so, where they tune up the noise, because it was almost like an ambulance or police siren during the chorus, and you got the repetitive thing.
It's odd how
So
we
that was-
got the same association. I mean, I was also thinking Blur, but I was thinking maybe this is more Gorillaz. Definitely Damon Albarn.
It's no surprise that Gorillaz and Sparks are
Oh,
having a good time together these days.
yeah, that's true.
that makes perfect sense that they are. Yeah.
No, I think this was a fun little track. It went on for ages, but how long was it?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Could have been shorter. Yeah.
That's quite long for a B-side, but I wasn't bored, but it's not that I wanted to put it on repeat again immediately.
But would you ever like to have replaced Let's Go Surfing with this one, maybe?
I don't know, maybe.
It did feel like the production here was slightly different, to a little bit more basic. Maybe, you know, when we discussed the album history and when they brought the songs on the album to Logic, the label, there were people there that felt that the songs needed more, something, you know, a bit uplift with production-wise. Maybe this is one of those songs that didn't get that they had from before, and this is how the album could have sounded like, you know, if you understand what I mean by that.
Yeah, I do understand.
Slightly more basic production. This is probably something that they have done themselves.
Interesting point of view, and would have been fun to listen to how the album actually would have sounded
for
like
sure.
before it was remixed in that sense.
Necessarily would have been a worse album, but I do definitely get the sense that the production here is in a slightly different place than the album. So it probably wouldn't have fitted the album if you had just swapped something.
Yeah, because melody-wise and the way the song is constructed, I feel it has a place on the album. But as you say, it would kind of feel out of place because of the production. Yeah,
There are many different 90s styles, but it's not the Eurodance, but it's more the distorted. There's a lot of distortion going on in the 90s.
yeah, and we both mentioned 2 Britpop bands, so
But
definitely a different
yet
point.
again, it's not a Britpop song either.
No, it's not.
It's more, the type of songs that Britpop bands did a little bit later.
Yeah.
Or,
That is important to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that sense, this song is early on.
I like the lyrics. Ooh, ooh, no shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
prime
too.
time crime slime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that chorus, or as it is written here, they have a refrain and a chorus. The verses are okay, but the prime time part, which is repeated at the end as well, I really like.
Yeah, I do as well.
I wonder if they had a particular. Is it called Anchorman or is it called Anchorwoman in real life? Is there a female Anchorman, or are they called Anchorwomen?
Maybe someone out there can help us
Yeah.
with the answer to that. I cannot say.
And did they have a particular person in mind? There's a voice here, and because this is a B-side, I haven't done too much research into it. So I'm not sure who the voice is, if that is Christi Haydon, but she's not credited on the album.
It sounds like an American Anchorwoman. It sounded sampled.
If it is sampled or not, I don't know. If someone knows, let us know in the comments below.
Yes, please.
And also if this is an actual person they have in mind, or if it's just a general anchorman, anchorwoman. It's a very good B-side.
Yeah, that is.
And it could have been on. I mean, as I said, with the production thing and all that, if you had swapped it with some of the less good songs, it probably wouldn't have made the album better, but it wouldn't have made it worse either.
No, I agree.
So, yeah. Solid B-side. Yes, and then we have another track on a bonus track as well, Little Drummer Boy. I don't think it was released as a B-side on any of the singles, but it was played live around, I think it was around Christmas time in 1995. So it has actually been played live by the band, and obviously recorded in the studio. I'm not quite sure what the purpose was. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but I want to give a little taste.
Yeah, I'm also quite surprised to see the amount of streams for this song.
Yeah, among the bonus track, it's probably the most played song.
Yeah, and it has it's more played than quite a lot of the album tracks.
Is it a Christmas song or is it
It is the Christmas song.
It is the one. Yeah.
One and only. Okay.
Let's take a brief listen to it. I don't think we'll bear to listen
Well, it's
to the
not
whole
Christmas
thing.
yet, so
Maybe it's on some Christmas collection or something like that.
Come, they told me, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, a newborn king to see, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, to lay before So to honor him, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, when we come.
No.
Little baby, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
Yeah. Little drum machine boy.
Yeah, that's what it should have been called, this one.
Oh.
That would actually have been
it was a
fun if
bad-
they had called it that.
Yeah, it would.
That was a bad taste cover version.
Yeah, even, I mean, it's always more challenging listening to Christmas songs in the middle of the summer. But I think nothing could have saved that, even if it was pitch black.
I know, it's
2 days
quite
for Christmas.
it's quite strange.
Yeah, it's an odd choice, isn't it?
We were just in holiday in Portugal, and I don't know if someone, like some radio DJ, had fallen asleep or something, but suddenly on the radio there's, so this is Christmas.
Oh, really?
Like, what?
So this is Christmas?
It's like 30 degrees and sunny outside, and then they were playing that. It feels very strange also to listen to this now.
Maybe it was the heat wave that got him
Yeah.
or her.
But I can tell you, this is not one of my favorite Christmas songs when it is Christmas.
Oh, well, I agree as well, except for one thing, the Big Crosby David Bowie version of it.
That one I play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any other versions of it tend to be, I agree with you, it's not the
Yeah.
best ones.
But that one is charming.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. This one is not.
Even for you, Chris.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. If you say so.
And so you could say that the second CD has all these mixes and singer-related material, plus this little drummer boy track. But the last CD is actually a whole album worth of demo tracks and the EP they recorded with Christi Haydon. There are some Ron vocal versions of these demo tracks as well, 2 of them, plus the song they I think it was written by Les Boheme, or at least written together with Les Boheme, their previous bass player from the early 80s, a song called That's Entertainment. I don't think we'll listen to that one. And there are too many songs there to listen to now, and we're not gonna jump into that. We can maybe have a brief listen to a few of them, and these are clearly demo songs, so they're not anywhere near the production of what we hear elsewhere. So we can start with a track called "Where Did I Leave My Halo."
Where did I leave my halo? Where did I leave my halo tonight? Where did I leave my halo? Where did I leave my halo tonight? It was like a smoke ring and it was like a tire. It was always my idea of suitably attired. Someone must have painted it 500 years ago. Now I probably turn into some panting Romeo. Where did I leave my halo? Where did I leave my halo tonight? Where did I leave my halo? Where did I leave my halo tonight? I had it at the
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, not at all.
No.
But it's clearly a demo track.
Yeah, sound-wise, yeah.
They haven't done much with it, which is a bit... Okay, maybe in the early 90s, it's not like today when you have everything easily accessible on your computer and you can make a ready-made song in, in 30 minutes. But
Definitely had potential.
there's another one called She's Beautiful, So What?
So what? Ba 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 ba. And what she needs, I'm not. Ba 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 ba. She's walking with Linda. She's walking with Stephanie and Joan. She talks with Lucinda. Now she really interests me because she's beautiful. So what?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Russell, I would have said, is this a song from Enya?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh yeah.
In the opening, it had some of the same synth.
That's true. That's true.
Synth tones or
Yeah, right. Oh.
It's also a demo version of She's an Anchorman. Maybe we can take a brief listen to the Ron vocal version of This Angry Young Man Ain't Angry No More.
I've been saying that there's chance for my dawn to leave.
he sings.
Yeah.
Lighten up another day with a care. Lighten up another fight when she moved to me. Don't know what it's gonna be like when she's there. This angry young man ain't angry no more. This angry young man ain't angry no more. This angry young man ain't angry no more.
Oh, it was surprising to hear Ron singing.
Yeah, but I always wonder if, not that I know this how they work together, but if he actually does that when he has
I can imagine that they do.
for the demos before Russell actually does his vocal.
Yeah, or at least I think they maybe worked like this for a long time.
Mm.
I know that they changed that up when they got to Little Beethoven, because then I think they stopped doing demos.
Oh yeah.
So I think they work much more together on the songwriting as well, as far as I know.
Okay.
So they kind of changed everything, the whole approach to how they make music,
Yeah.
essentially. Also, I mean, the other ones as well are in the same vein. They are pleasant songs. You can definitely hear there's quality there,
Yeah.
but also that they are unfinished. I assume these are made around the same time. I think they are in the sort of early 90s period, maybe even the late 80s, after interior design.
Mm.
There's nothing here that sort of kind of screams, why didn't they release this? But
No.
but still, would have been interesting to hear the full song version of them.
Yeah, I would. Mm.
And then at the end here, there are 5 tracks that is with Christi Haydon. And one track in particular is really good, and that's the track Katherine Hepburn, which they also played live. They also played Holiday live, which is a Bee Gees ballad. I think that was played once or twice around 95. But Katherine Hepburn was played a little bit more around 95. And Christi Haydon wasn't in the band after that, so naturally they didn't play that anymore. But that's definitely a song worth listening to, so we'll listen to the whole track, I think. So here's Katherine Hepburn, Sparks with Christi Haydon.
If you really want to have my loving, all you've got to do is not be lazy. popular positions. People who have never been to Paris. People who don't ever look embarrassed. What will Katherine Hepburn say? Were she in my place? What would Katherine Hepburn do? Were she in my shoes? What would Katherine Hepburn feel here behind the wheel of my shiny new car? Would she feel that I'm going too far? Would she feel? What does she appear to say? I can't hear her. What does she appear to say? I can't hear her. What does she appear to say? Hey, 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 hey. It's not as if our love is like a mountain. It's not as if our love is like a river. It's not as if it's deeper than the ocean. But it's the kind of love that gives me shivers. It's the kind of love that don't need moonlight. It's the kind of love that don't get uptight, out of sight. What will Katherine Hepburn say? Were she in my place? What will Katherine Hepburn do? Were she in my shoes? What would Katherine Hepburn feel here behind the wheel? What will Katherine Hepburn say? I can't hear her. What would Katherine Hepburn say? I can't hear her. What would Katherine Hepburn say? I can't hear her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect ending to the album.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. It could actually have been on the album. Would have been a bit of a kind of nice variation.
Yeah, it's a pity they didn't release it. I mean, they released it here, but it wasn't released until 2019.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why that EP never got around, but maybe no one wanted to release it. Possibly.
How strange.
Definitely better than Noel.
Yeah.
Different league. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like the song. I think it's solid. It's catchy. Love the theme in the beginning that is repeated throughout the guitar part, where you have the descending chords and the repeating guitar on top.
Like some Spanish flavored guitar.
Yeah, in the middle there's a Spanish guitar solo, which I think didn't quite work. But apart from that, it is a very solid track.
Yeah, yes.
And a single version of this maybe slightly more polished production, and I think this could have even been a hit had it been in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, a bit shorter.
You know what it reminded me of? and the style and the singing and all that. And you might laugh of this, but Ace of Base
Oh,
in the early 90s,
quieter Ace of Base.
I can hear that.
they had this type of
Mm.
kind of, I'm not going to call it reggae, but that type of groove
Mm.
and the type of singing, especially in the verses, that gives me those associations. And this is just as good, could even be better than that. So
Yeah, she has a really
it has hit potential.
she has a really good singing voice.
Mm.
She does. Mm.
So yeah, I'm happy that she got to play it live as well. Got to shine, although it was not that many concerts she played it on.
Yeah. I'm not so happy that this has much less streams than Little Drummer Boy.
What does it say? 30,000? That's not. I mean, it is hidden as track number 38 on Sparks' extended edition of Gratuitous Sax.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Not many people get there.
And
No.
that's the only place where it is.
It's the only place, actually.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say that for sure, but I think so. Yeah,
A hidden nice gem.
yeah, it is definitely a gem. Maybe we'll end with the last gem on this EP and the whole album, namely the Who cover version of Boris the Spider, or Christi Haydon, Sparks' version of it. Have you heard this, Ton?
No, I haven't heard this version. No,
Okay.
never.
Then you're both in for a treat.
Yeah, okay.
You know the original, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure we're going to listen to the whole thing, but let's listen to it.
Depends.
You let me know if you want to stop it. or not.
Okay.
Keeps crawling up my wall. Black and hairy, very
I can see you didn't expect that, did you?
This is 9 Inch Nails territory.
above my head. Hanging by a little thread. Boris the Spider. Boris the Spider. Now he's dropped onto the floor.
How on earth did this come to be?
Maybe he's as scared as me. Where he's gone now, I can't see. Boris the Spider.
You can make a jump to the end. I'm not sure how it ends, actually.
In the ground, crawling. Boris the Spider. Boris the Spider. Boris the Spider.
And that's it. It's fun.
Okay, yeah.
It's fun and really strange.
I'd rather listen to that than the BBC, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of feels a bit painful at the same time that it's
It
tickling you to kind of.
yeah,
is this-
exactly, right? It's like you're not quite sure if you're supposed to hate it or love it.
No, you don't. You
It's
don't.
playful.
I would imagine being would be a brave record company executive that would say like, yeah, this should definitely go on the EP.
Maybe it's part of the reason why it wasn't released. And I can imagine, because I mean, this is clearly, as you said, almost 9 Inch Nails-ish, almost industrial.
Yeah.
Very odd, unusual even for Sparks. But I can imagine, and I know, Ron was a big Who fan, maybe Russell too, but particularly Ron was a big Who fan in the 60s. So he's known this song his whole life, I guess, or since it was released. And I can imagine that he sits there with a synth, because that descending theme that he said, oh, that sounds like Boris the Spider.
Yeah,
this was cool sound. And then he started playing with that, and it ends up like this.
It's a very plausible scenario there, Foda.
No, so a lot of interesting stuff there on the extended version. You can go and listen to the whole thing if you want, if you have the patience.
And a couple of those interesting B-sides that we heard earlier of the two first singles.
Yeah, the mixes.
The mixes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
And some of them are here, like the Bernard
mix
Butler mix is here, and the Grid's radio edit, which is also good, and Vince Clarke remix. So yeah, there are plenty of good remixes as well of those songs. But yeah, I think that's another great Sparks album come to an end.
It has, yeah. One of the great ones.
So, you who are listening or watching, leave us a comment below and let us know what you both think of the last track of this album, Senseless Violins, and the whole album, and whatever of the B-sides and bonus tracks we listen to as well. Just leave us a comment below and let us know. And we will continue with the next albums. And of course, the next album is a bit problematic in this context of the way we have done things so far, because in a way it is a collection album or a best of album, but it was all re-recorded. So in a way, it's counted as an official studio album. It's their 17th album in the chronology, in the discography often. But since we have heard all the songs before, we won't do every track, as I said. So we probably have a listening session. Maybe we even do a YouTube live listening session. We'll see. But we'll at least do an album history on the album itself for the podcast before we head on to Balls in 2000. Plagiarism was released in 1997. So that's the plan forward, at least. And yeah, until we're back, you must all have a great day, and goodbye. And thank you so much for listening and watching along to these tracks with us.
Goodbye.
And thank you also for the nice comments. Keep leaving those. See you soon.